Hi everyone, welcome back to another video of English 1. Today we will be learning from lesson 14, speech. Under this lesson we have few topics to discuss. Number 1 is what is speech, 2 direct speech, 3 indirect speech, and number 4 how to convert a sentence from direct to indirect speech. And number 5, read the sentences in direct speech and complete the sentences in reported speech. What is speech? Speech is the communication or expression of sorts in spoken words. There are two ways of saying what someone else said in the past. Number 1, direct, and 2, indirect speech. What is direct speech? Let's begin by giving an example. Here, I've given you 2 examples. Rajat said, I will help you revise. Next, I don't feel well, so I'd like to go home, said Apurvi. I hope it is clear. Let's see. When we repeat Rajat's and Apurvi's word exactly without making any changes is called direct speech. Listen carefully. In direct speech, we repeat the what? Exact words spoken by whom? Spoken by Rajat and Apurvi without changing any words. All right? Here, see. Rajat said, I will help you. We don't change any sentence, okay? Or any word here. I don't feel well, so I would like to go home, said Apurvi. Even this sentence, not a single word is being changed, all right? This type of words, when we repeat exactly without making any change, is called what? Direct speech. The words in quotation marks means I will help you revise and I don't feel well, would like to go home. These words are in quotation, okay? Are the actual words spoken by Rajat and Apurvi. Are the exact words spoken by Rajat and Apurvi. Direct speech is always enclosed with quotation marks. Here, direct speech is always written in quotation marks. Okay, these are the quotation. Direct speech starts with a capital letter. Here, did I start with capital? Yes. I is in capital. Even here is also in capital. The beginning of the spoken words are always in capital. Okay. If the speaker is mentioned first, means if the person or the person who say the words is written first, a comma is used before the direct speech begins. A comma is used here before the actual words begin. Okay. If the speaker is mentioned after the direct speech, the comma goes inside the quotation marks. But if the direct speech is written first, or if the speaker is mentioned after the direct speech, what happens? The commas goes inside the quotation marks. Means we write this comma inside the quotation, not after the quotation, but before closing the quotation. It goes inside the quotation. Okay. Here the comma is outside the quotation But here, when the speaker is written after the direct speech, then we put the comma inside the quotation, right? Indirect speech. Let's see. When we don't repeat the other person's words exactly because the words are not important but the message are more important, we call it a indirect speech. Here it means in indirect speech we don't repeat the words, okay, we don't repeat the other person words exactly. Because why? The words are not important, but what is important? The message are more important. All right. Here, example. Rajat said that he would help her revise. See here, we don't write exactly what Rajat said in the beginning. We have changed the word. We have changed the word, but the meaning are still the same. Okay. Rajat said that he would help her revise. Next, Apurvi said that she didn't feel well, so she would like to go home. Even here, the meaning is the same, but we have added some words. Okay, we have changed the word without changing the meaning. In these examples, someone else is reporting what Apurvi and Rajat say. Here, in indirect speech, someone else, okay, somebody who reported the words spoken by Apurvi and Rajat. Such sentences are called what? Reported or indirect speech. In indirect speech, we don't use quotation marks. Here, no quotation marks are being used. The word that is often used because the reported words of the before the reported words of the speaker. Here, can you see the word that? Yes. In indirect speech, we often use that. Even here, in the second example, I use that. Apurvi said that. See, that. Rajat said that. So, the word that is often used before the reported words of the speaker. The verbs and pronouns used in the direct speech change in the indirect speech. So the verbs and pronouns here you will see in the previous example. Let me show you. Here I have used I. I is changed into what? He. Okay. See, I have changed the pronouns. Rajat said, I will help you revise. But here in the second example, in indirect speech, I have used Rajat said that he would help her revise. See, I have changed the pronouns from I to he. Okay. And the next one we have how to convert a sentence from direct to indirect speech. How will you convert or change the sentence from direct speech to indirect speech? Let's see. There are 3 steps involved to convert a sentence from direct to indirect speech. There are 3 steps. These are the steps or the rules you can say to convert or to change the sentence, okay, from direct to indirect speech. Remember these 3. Number 1, changing the pronoun. So the first thing we have to do is change the pronouns from direct to indirect. Direct speech example, let's see. How are you going to change the pronoun from direct to indirect? Bimal say, I have a birthday party this evening. So which one is the pronoun here? I. Let's see in the indirect speech. Bimal said that he had a birthday party that evening. So I have changed the pronoun from direct speech I to he in indirect speech. Okay. And number 2, backshifting of tense. How are you going to change the tense here? So Example, Bimal said, I have a birthday party this evening. This is direct speech, okay? Indirect speech is Bimal said that he had a birthday party that evening. So this is the present tense. We have changed the present tense into past tense. So I have is a present tense and had is a past tense. So backshifting of tense. So we have changed the present tense into the past tense. This is called what? Backshifting of tense. Number three, changing the time and place expression. How are we going to change the time and place expression here? We must say, I have a birthday party this evening. This evening means today, okay? And we have changed the time from this evening to that evening in indirect speech. The last slides we have change the sentences or read the sentences in direct speech and complete the sentences in reported speech. We'll read the sentence which is given in direct speech and complete the sentences in what? Indirect speech or reported speech. Number one, Tina whispered, I want to go. Here, Tina whispered. This is direct and this is indirect. The second one is indirect. Tina whispered that she wanted to go. The next one, I have finished my homework. Kapil replied. Next, Kapil replied that he had finished his homework. The third one we have, I stayed up late to finish my book, Rama explained. This indirect. Rama explained that she stayed up late to finish her book. I hope, students, you have understood. Read these slides again and again and try to learn at home. Thank you.